Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a grand campaign event for you, as saw last week with the botch ceremony. The season ended last week. CSA side, I think anyways, got a very good win, and so we're starting to test things out for the next season. But our first map for today is going to be the Colquitt Defense, followed up by the Piper Farm. Before we get into this, thank you to our YouTube members for the support. If you'd like to support, go beneath the video, hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do with no ads. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Our regiments for today, as said, we're testing new things out, and so there's a new lineup for each side. CSA side, you got the 42nd Pennsylvania, 30th Ohio, Colquitt's Brigade, Hampton's Legion, 79th New York, Pickett's Brigade, 17th Michigan, 1st Delaware, and the 59th New York. Whereas on the Union side, you have the Free States Brigade and Iron Brigade, 11th Mississippi, 12th Virginia, 30th North Carolina, the Russian Legion, 9th Corps, Irish Volunteer Brigade, and the 11th Pennsylvania. I will say IVB logo and 1st Delaware logo should be flipped. Apologies for that. But server pop for today's fight is 299. CSA right now up by 9. In terms of our artillery, it looks like the Union side has 3, CSA taking 13. So our infantry in balance is 1 in favor of the Union side. I'm sure they will appreciate that. Frontline reporters for today. Representing our Union side, you have Lucian here from the Iron Brigade. And then on the CSA side, you have Doug from the Colquitt Brigade. Appreciate these guys so we can see what's going on the ground while also seeing what is going on in the sky. And if you're playing in this match, whether it be recording and uploading later or live streaming it, send me a link to that and I'll put that in the pinned comment of this video. So, if you want to watch more views of this match, please check out there. Colquitt's Defense, though, first map. Historically, the Union side likes to go fight into this woods. Just go from their main spawn, which is located on the road over here. Looks like some CSARD shots shoot into the Union spawn. But Union generally likes to run down the hill and engage in these woods and try to take the top of this hill because it has easy access to the point, which is down in this open field. It says that, but you can also capture from up here on the road. Alternatively, Union likes to hit this far right side. Not as often, but they do like to hit it, where they will either go up the hill, charge through CSA, and take the guns, because the CSA guns, my goodness, they have a nice overview of the entire map. This is War Rights for you. Or what they'll do is they'll push up towards this side and then go off in a different direction towards the woods. So if you push this side, if you're Union, and then gun it to the woods, you're just baiting CSA up to the top of the hill and then going to the position you want. So it's a strategy we've kind of seen as of late. But as of now, we'll see what Union does. Union moving up to the right side. Union used to have a 26% ticket advantage on this map. Devs gave the defenders 5% more about 2-3 months ago. So CSA only has a 21% advantage. Union weaponry, they've got the 2nd Wisconsin with the option of the Lorenz and the Springfield 61. And they have the 19th Indiana with the Springfield 61. CSA side, on the other hand, they got the 13th Alabama with the Enfield and the Springfield 55. And they have the 6th Georgia with the option of the Enfield and the Springfield 55. So it looks like Union is doing that bait and switch. They baited CSA, making them think they're going up top. And so the CSA have a nice line there on that half-stone wall, but Union's going down. CSA still getting a couple of good volleys in on the Union line, but this is just good strategy from Union. Nice arty shots there on the flags. Holy crap. It's at least going to delay it as CSA is starting to move out here a little bit. 59th New York, first CSA group to go out. Again, just trying to get shots. Are they going to... Surely they won't charge, right? Look at this view, though.
Good stuff.
So, Union gunning it to the woods where there is no CSA team. This is real huge for the Union to start the match. It's about as good as you can get it.
I'm not in the mood for this, Cobb. I'm depressed.
So, more CSA are starting to move down the hill to at least get behind the Union side. You do have an H-Shell joining alongside 59th, but 59th is going to continue. This is huge for Union, because Union on this map, if Union can get into the woods, it makes CSA already, which has hit good shots up to this point, it makes them useless. They can shoot into the woods, but you're probably not going to hit someone, and you're most likely going to hit a tree or a rock, or just overshoot or undershoot, which is what we normally see, but that's besides the point. So, this is great for Union to be in the woods. Also, just creating kind of a slugfest in the woods. chaos happens in the woods, and the chaos generally favors attackers just because attackers have more tickets. They can afford a little more loss than the defenders, but just with the chaos of it all, defenders can get spread out and whatnot. Similarly, it can be the attackers that get strung out. So we'll see how CSA wants to play this. They can obviously try to go into the woods, engage the Union at close range, and try to force the Union out. Or they can kind of sit back here and wait for the Union to approach them. It depends on how CSA wants to play it, right? CSA, if they want to play aggressive, they need to try to get a ticket lead. Simultaneously, if you want to sit back, you're playing more of a time-based game. So it seems that the CSA team is just going to sit back here and try to play for time. You know, maybe not the most entertaining thing, but you're defending, right? Force the attackers to come to you. There's no reason for you as a defender to... Well, it depends on the circumstance, obviously. I'm just talking generalizations, right? There's no huge reason for a defender to put themselves in a possibly worse place. Now, there's not, you know, there's the woods and that's fine and all, but Union could charge you out. So there's not a whole lot of, I guess, quote-unquote good places for CSA here. We'll note it is out of bounds here for Union, so they can't charge through this spot. But the biggest reason why CSA at least has to stay close to the woods is because you have the point of contention here. Union can capture that point whenever they want. If they capture it before the defending side hits breaking, which is 3 whole morale stages away, the black timer will stop, and then CSA will have to retake within a certain time frame, and that forces the CSA out of their defensive position. So it's kind of a rough situation for CSA right now. But of course, rounds just started. Anything can happen. Union can make a mistake, or CSA can just play better. But looking at this defensive line for the CSA side, you got the 42nd and 30th, who are now dead. What a Union already shot. And then cutting it over to the right side, you got HL mixed in with the 79th New York Highlander guys. CQB is kind of circling around the side. First Delaware sitting behind. Looks like you got the 59th guys kind of spreading out. So CSA not too clumped up here. Union just kind of mimicking this CSA defensive position. Pickett's Brigade on the right side. 28th Mass to their left / 9th Corps, whatever you want to call them. 30th North Carolina, 12th VA mixed in there. Heading towards the center left side, you got Iron Brigade and 11th Mississippi. And 11th Mississippi seeing CQB roll up. They're starting to shift. IVB guys are with them as well. I mean, we'll see how the round kind of plays out. I mean, it's a rough... Union did exactly what you need to do. It's a rough decision for CSA to make, because if CSA commits to the woods, Union can just charge up and take the hill. If CSA commits to the top of the hill, Union can just go down. So, I mean, it's just a really nice strategy that's starting to be done by this Union team that, you know, puts CSA in a bad spot. And it's not like CSA can put half their forces in one place and half the forces in the other, because if Union just charges one of them, they'll defeat in detail. And you obviously don't want that. And the thing is, too, is that this map is so big, and the woods and the CSA defensive line up here, they're so far apart that CSA, I mean, they can respond, but I don't know if they'd be able to respond quick enough. So most of CSA pulling off, again, they're trying to play a time game. They're actually slightly up on tickets, which is a good thing for them to see, but they're just chewing clock. Exactly what you should do as a defender. Now, Union can't really charge up here. I'm pretty confident it's out of bounds for the Union side. But what the Union team can do is, again, they can just early cap that point, stop the black timer, and that'll force the CSA down, unless the CSA just want to sit and lose, which we all come here to win. Sure, it's to have fun, but winning makes it so much nicer.
Not double. See some of you clumped up.
Spread it out a little bit, gentlemen. Spread it out.
But Union looks like they are going to start that cap. And it's 9th Corps, 20th Mass doing that. I will say, the capture mechanics, they're a little confusing. But with time, at least I was able to figure it out. And the officers for this game have figured it out. So how this works, right? Again, once Union caps before CSA hits breaking, black timer will stop. A gold timer is going to appear under the black timer. That is how long the Union team has to hold the point. They don't have to, but if they do want to hold for that gold timer, if they hold for all of it, they can win the game. Which, since CSA is in battle ready, that gold timer is going to be 20 minutes long. So CSA's got 20 minutes to try to retake the point. Now, it's something to note that CSA at this point, they're counter-attacking. They're considered the attacking team. Union is the defending team. That's important for if they hit their last stage, but we can talk about that if we get there. But the last important thing to note with this is that if CSA is down on tickets when they retake the point, which right now they're not, right? They're slightly up on tickets. But if CSA retakes and they're down on tickets, they will go up to the percentage of tickets that the Union is at. So the bars in the morale stage will be exactly the same point. The reason why I say percentage is because the Union attacking team, they have more tickets overall. And so if each side has the same percentage, Union still has more raw tickets. So CSA, they're going to start their offensive. First Delaware and CQB going in. CSA has to retake this point quickly. Their game plan is to kill as much clock as possible, and right now that clock's not going down. Everyone's still taking casualties right now. So that's the huge advantage, at least for an attacker, for early capping the point. Obviously, you stop the blank timer, but everyone's still taking casualties. So you can bring everyone down while giving yourself extra time. But looks like HL and the 79th guys are at least going on this eastern side to get a cap. You can't cap if you're on the this side of the half-stone wall where they're at right now. If they hop over, they will be capping. But it looks like they're just trying to get some cover. Meanwhile, Union is pretty much stopping any CSA approach on this side.
Hold your lead, boys!
But generally, if you're an attacker, right, you're bringing everyone down tickets, you're saving yourself time. You want to try to have the counterattack stay as long. You want that counterattack to go for as long as possible. Again, you're just giving yourself more time, and you're causing everyone to drop tickets. And sure, if CSA is down on tickets, which tickets are looking a little more even, but if CSA does end up getting down on tickets and they retake and regain tickets up to where Union's at, you're still fine. As long as you're keeping tickets even as an attacker, you're doing a great job. So Pickett's brigade is shifted out alongside 12th VA, at least getting some shots here at HL, who again, they're not on the point. Union Artie is popping in shots at them alongside the infantry. Is doing well, but CSA starting to push up on this Union left. 28th Mass getting hit by 42nd, 30th. They're outnumbered by a lot. CQB looks like they're pushing forward on CSA right side as well. Can barely see him through the trees, but here goes our first major charge of the fight.
Keep that flag down! Keep that flag down! Chase! Get that flag! Get that flag!
So last few Union up top here, and FSB trying to hold Union right side is starting to collapse over to assist, but Union's down 2 flags. And CSA is actually down 2 as Iron Brigade, they are flanking in really well right now. FSB holding the rock very well, but CSA starting to turn around because there's a whole other half of the Union team that they just did not maybe know about. So, good hold from the Union team. I mean, I don't know if all the CSA were involved in that. Looks like HL lost their flag over there. Who's this pushing up? HL respawns, and they're just dive bombing in right now. Doesn't look like they're down any flags, though.
Kill the red. Destroy the red. Kill the red. Put him down.
So CSA is just trickling in at this point. Respawns from this charge wave are now, more of them are starting to go in independently. Granted, zooming out, the Union line is kind of weak. CSA throwing bodies. You have some Union guys moving out of main, though. A good amount, though. At least trying to spawn in on those flags. Flag spawn someone in every 5 seconds.
Yeah, run these flags out of here! Run these flags! Run these flags out of here, Yankee boys! Run these dadgum flags out of here! Get these dadgum flags out of here! Get these dadgum
And it looks like CSA is slowly forcing Union back, trying to get those flags. And it looks like right now Union's only down 1 flag, but that should at least be retrievable by FSB if they do it quick, because CSA lines formed up. But overall, CSA are going to get exactly what they want. They force Union out of the woods. Union's going to have to spend time reforming. CSA should be able to retake the point, but it looks like they are just pushing down the hill right now, maybe trying to make sure the Union flags are kept down, like the flag over there. Or they're just trying to set up a new defensive line for when Union gets formed up, and most likely will try to push through the woods again. But as we can see, CSA, they hit engage. They're slightly down on tickets right now. They surely saw... Yeah, there they go. I'm like, surely they got to be sending someone to cap, and 59th is moving over. The officers of this event, they're in a Steam chat, so all the officers can communicate with each other instantaneously. So it makes trying to react to situations like that a little easier. You don't want to have the whole CSC team maybe trying to go retake, especially if some of your teammates are trying to set a good defensive position on the ground. But 42nd PA, 30th Ohio on the left, CQB 1st Delaware here on the right. And CSA has now set up their defensive position within the force and are actually somewhat able to face the Union on at least somewhat even terrain. But, yeah. So, you'll note Union hits engage. CSA, you can see their bar is slightly grayed out on the left side. That's going to go full red in a second because they're going to regain tickets up to where Union's at. And just like that, the gold timer is going to stop. Black timer continues in Union. Starting to get a little close. Some of those guys going up and in, but Union's only down one flag, so that company without a flag cannot spawn in the midst of the fight. They have to spawn back at main, and CSA is actually pushing in CQB on 9th Corps here in the Lone Mississippi 12th PA, guys.
Oh, dragon.
Trying to use this big rock as cover. You just don't want to push yourself way too close. I mean, they are kind of close. If Union just bolted out at them, they could get a good amount of kills. Assuming CSA doesn't retreat. But now they start to go back. You don't want to sit there for too long as a defender. Don't want to get defeated in detail.
Keep the fire hot, boys. They're right there.
Over there. We need some fire on those recharges.
They're jumping back and forth.
I think they're charging.
Пиздец, блять, а наши вообще где возрождаются-то нахуй? Потому что ты Амстердам, блять, единственный пока кого из союзников увидел.
I don't know what he said, but I also hate Amsterdam. I hate the Dutch. I hate the Dutch.
Пиздец, блять, уже не хуйся, блять. Обиженка сраная.
So, CSA's got the defensive line. That Union flag, by the way, that's down. It's a 5-minute despawn timer, so CSA will, I mean, at least be able to keep the flag down for the full 5 minutes, but Union will probably get it back in 2-3 minutes, which, I mean, right now, if you're an attacker, you want to hit the defender down to engage by the 30-minute mark. I mean, that counterattack was 6 minutes, right? I mean, that's just huge for the Union side, because if they don't do a counterattack, right? Hello, Artie. That was a great shot. Threaded it through the rocks, too. That one, not so much. But I hit a good shot. CSA side starting to fall back. Again, it looks like they're just trying to play the time game here, right? If the counterattack didn't happen, clock would be, you know, 25 minutes and a half right now, which Union would not be doing good in time. But it looks like CSA is, again, just trying to play this game of just kill the clock. And, you know, they don't want to take a full frontal charge from the Union side because tickets, I mean, once the melee started happening, granted, there was a lot of trickling in towards the end of there, which CSA main spawns closer. They took full advantage of that to force Union out of the woods. But you saw how much the tickets dropped just with 1 or 2 engagements. So CSA trying to avoid this as all as possible. I'm guessing anyways, and that's why they're falling back like they are. But again, you're going to give Union the whole wood line. And it just feels like we're going to watch a repeat of what we saw a moment ago. Now, the thing is, though, is Union was able to... Hello, Rain. Union was able to get a... you know, 3/4 of their flags back, which is very good. But if CSA can get those flags down for a good amount of time, you can keep Union out of the fight for, you know, 7-ish minutes. I know it's a 5-minute timer despawn, but then someone's going to spawn back in with the flag at main and rush to the fight. So 7 minutes is a lot of time on this clock, but if Union keeps playing this game of early capping like this, time really might not be an issue. And, you know, these are more of these slower matches that we have in War of Rights with the whole just defenders. They're kind of turtling, but they're just sitting back trying to avoid conflict, kill the clock, attackers cap. It's not the most, you know, thrilling thing. There's a lot of strategy that can go down in this. Haven't seen Hills counterattack in a long time, but that map is early cap king. But Union do early cap. You'll note the gold timer is at 12 minutes instead of 20. That's because the defenders are now at engage instead of battle ready. The next stage for CSA's taking losses. That's 7 minutes instead of 12. But after that breaking last stand, the Union can just capture and win. So Pickett's brigade, they did cap. Union not holding a huge forward position in the woods. Maybe trying to give themselves a window to respond if CSA do decide to push. But you got about half the CSA team rushing down near the point. They could hop up and over and cap it. You can cap sitting by this half-stone wall here. It's just an overpowered position for CSA on this map. If you ever see Union try to capture the point, I'm sorry, REM zoomed in and missed the shot. But if Union ever try to capture in the open field, CSA can just run up to this half-stone wall and stoop downward. It's a beautiful position to have. If Union ever tries to capture from the field, even if they win, it's not good strategy. It's just not. Obviously, if it's last second of the round, you got to do what you got to do. But if Union can capture this woods and then push down to the point from this side, that's huge for them. So CSA actually they might be able to, I might have been wrong. They might have been able to cap all the way up here. Never mind then. My apologies. This is what you get when you spectate for how many years and don't play the game as much anymore. But it'd be cool to see if there was a little switch and we could see what the cap areas were. Because, I mean, the thing is when you're in game and you hit T, you can... T is where you get the pop-up HUD. Like, for example, like the stuff on the bottom right, bottom left, top of the screen. Like, if you hit T, it shows up. Now you can set those to never show up or always show up. Like, I got my top compass and stuff always on. I have the text chat turned off all the time. But when you hit T, that stuff all pops up, and the game will tell you if you're capturing the point or not. So it's not like you'd get some huge advantage spectating and flipping that switch. That wouldn't really do a whole lot. But CSA retake the point. They retaked it pretty quickly. Union weren't highly contesting that, though. But again, it just gives the Union an extra minute or so, and that stuff can kind of add up. The flag bearer tried, but people died.
It's over. It's so over.
So Union gets a good amount of shots there. Russian Legion, 28th Mass. And we'll see if Union goes into cap again and just kind of repeat this game. At least just trying to force CSA down at them. But you got some movement. You have HL guys shifting over this way. CQB is starting to go into the woods a little bit. Maybe get a little flank. Union is kind of spread out.
Guys, they're right here, east, aim low,
on his right.
direct southeast, aim low.
Pull that back!
Bottom of the smoke, bottom of the smoke, bottom of the smoke. Pull back uphill.
I mean, you can kind of see at least somewhat of a perspective that they got down here in the woods. It's just, it's kind of hard to see what's going on. You can obviously see smoke and stuff, but kind of can be difficult. Union's pushing up. They're kind of splitting themselves into two groups. Union's kind of done this all game. Union is early capping again. Looks like they're a little more committed to this. Iron Brigade on the point. And so they'll take it. 12-minute timer again. And it looks like Union is, again, much more willing to contest. We'll see how CSA wants to take this. CSA able to win last time. Union held the initial charge, but CSA main spawn is right here. It's a nice little house area. It'd be a cool house to have, I would say. But CSA was just able to spawn guys in and just go straight in and just overwhelm the Union eventually. But the attackers got out of it what they wanted, and that was to bring everyone's tickets down. They kept most of their flags too.
That's time you become a man. I trained you well.
Fucking gotta carry your sorry ass. It's fucking hard enough.
That's what I wanted you to do. That's why I put you where you
So,
are.
CSA starting to make a push. 42nd and 30th kind of going in, at least now on their own. They're going to get slaughtered. A lot of CSA aren't pushing in on this.
Hold the line. Right here, boys. Right here, boys. Right here, boys. Right here, boys.
CSA sending a lot of guys out on the flank. HL, 59th New York on the rocks, trying to take it back. You have CSA collapsing in on the center, though, that being CQB. A lot of spread out CSA just kind of independently charging in right now. Chaos has ensued, but look at that tickets drop. So, in the end, it looks like Union did hold again, but Union still retains the point, and tickets are dropping on both sides. Exactly what you want if you're the Union side here. But we can assume CSA is just going to do what they did last time and keep going forward. Maybe not.
CQB. Hold here on this rock, CQB. Don't go in there.
Okay.
Back.
Friendly still away. Shoot the assholes on the rocks.
So Union at least throwing up on the rock. They still have guys on the point capturing it. PB doing the fun work of early capping. And CSA is nearly grouped up. Are they going to go in again? Looks like they probably are because they're not shooting.
Thank you.
40 seconds.
Once you're loaded, get on the line.
Alright, 40 seconds. Smoke southeast, south independent fire.
Never mind.
Southeast is friendly.
So CSA is going to let the Union side reform. Interestingly as well, CSA side
Better not fucking die.
is not trying to... I mean, 59th is pushing to the point. PB guys skirmishing with them, but CSA is in a rough spot right now based on how this round's going. Now, maybe CSA is... You know, there's some shenanigans that can happen, especially considering CSA is attacking, Union's defending, but at this point during the counterattack. CQB, though, is pushing up. Looks like on their own right now. Which, there's no... Unless CSA is trying to force the Union out of position or retake the point, there's no need to go in on your own like that. Because again, right, CSA is going to regain, so they're down, right? They're going to regain up to where Union's at. You want Union as high as possible, meaning you want to kill as few of them as possible and retake the point. But here comes CSA, going to try to force Union out of the woods again.
Born on a mountain, raised in a cave.
Press T, press T, press T, press T.
Hold your ground, hold your ground, hold your ground.
Stay in line, shoot him. Stay in line. Just stay in line.
Get a shot off, shoot.
Yeah, get some. Very nice.
Both sides going into taking losses.
They ain't gonna kill guys tonight.
CSA pushes Union off those rocks, kind of. Union still has their line. Looks like 2 Union flags are down right now.
Just drop it behind the rock, Rollins.
CSA, are they going to keep trickling in, or are they just going to sit back and reform? Sitting back and reform, let the Union get enough guys in to at least hold this second charge.
Pick it up.
Guys, get fucking flags up.
That's a real.
Go back with me, lads.
On the rock.
Get back. I don't care. We're fucking ledgering. Get flags up. Flags. Pull back a little bit.
And Union, I think, doing the smart thing here. You don't want to risk losing those flags. Because CSA is going to charge in soon with numbers, assuming they keep trickling in like last time. At least CQB is trying to.
Keep moving.
Yeah, keep moving. Don't reload, you dumb fuck. That's what you get for reloading, you dumbass. Good spawn, bro.
Oh, Jesus. They keep coming.
So, oh, CSA going to keep going? Looks like they are.
I got a stick for you.
Yeah, turn
Get on the fence and fire. 40 seconds.
Everyone, shoot him, shoot the flag. Keep him down.
So Union's going to get 3 of these flags out. Which if Union didn't pull out what they did, they would have lost all of them most likely. But CSA push out to the snake fence, starting to get into a shit out with Union as they straggle back. But the issue though is that there's 30 minutes left on the clock. CSA hasn't tried retaking the point yet. It looks like they're starting to shift that way though. But at this point, we have not seen CSA been able to get a ticket lead on the Union side. Now, we briefly saw it at the beginning, but that wasn't anything substantial. And so, as a result, there's no, based on how things are going, there's no clear sight for CSA to try to get a ticket lead. Because if they hold down here, Union can just run right up that hill and take their arty. So, CSA could try to do a little camp mechanic fun if they want. But as mentioned, right, CSA is considered the attacking team. They're counterattacking. They're trying to retake. Union's considered the defending team. They're holding the point. That's not going to be the case anymore when CSA retakes the point, regains some tickets, and the clock's going to go down. But the thing is that if Union early caps again, the CSA side, who is a defender right now, normally hit last stand. They now turn to the attacker and can hit final push during a counterattack if they hit to their final stage. But simultaneously, right, in a counterattack, if the Union side, who is the attacker right now, can hit final push during a counterattack, is now the defender, they can hit last stand. I might be repeating some things, sorry. But the roles flip, essentially. And so Union can hit last stand. The reason why this is important is because if during a counterattack, Union, who's now the defender, hits last stand, if CSA retakes the point while Union's in last stand, then CSA will win the game right away. So I feel like that's the only shot that CSA has at being able to win the game at this point, pending something crazy. But if I'm CSA, I have both sides take a little more casualties, and then I just sit back and turtle. Now, I know there's rules against turtling in this event, but sit back like you have before, force Union to early cap, and then charge non-stop to try to hit them down to their last stage of last stand. So I feel like that's the only shot CSA might have at this point. Again, something, obviously, there's plenty of time left. Something crazy can happen. CSA could get a huge ticket lead, and then what I just said wouldn't matter at all. But if CSA is trying to win based on tickets, they got to be up a third to a half a morale stage at a minimum to at least give themselves a good buffer. Now, that's not always the case, but that's what I've generally seen. So, Union, no surprise here, starting to gun up the hill, seeing that CSA, we're kind of on the bottom side. You do have a Union group or so going down to the woods trying to get that down flag, which a Union guy picked up. But Union trying to go up to the top of the hill because CSA aren't there. CSA, though, looks like they're going to be able to respond in the nick of time. 11 Mississippi pushing up, about to hit HL and 79th New York.
I'm here, damn it.
Got more CSA reinforcements rolling up 59th New York as well. Some CSA sitting down shooting, but most of the Union just ignoring, trying to get up here. And I don't blame them. CSA's got to get up here quick or Union's going to be able to overwhelm in numbers. So Union's starting to hop over the road. CSA guys are charging in the rear. Usually you might have a Union flag back here, but not in this case. CSA now moving out of the woods. That looks like about a third of the CSA team. They have a Union company chasing with that flag, but most of the Union team's up here, and they are probably going to be able to take the guns. They should probably take the guns, otherwise that's going to keep happening. CSA realizing bad positioning have got to shift. CSA will generally like the position on the snake fence here or go up into these Kson/RD guns. Or just hold where they were at, but a little closer or a little further away, at least from the Union side. You do have this flanking company for CSA going here. Union might charge this out, CQB. It's a nice flank, but if the whole Union team collapses on you, that could be a good chance to get the flags, but Union's charging the RD instead. CSA is going to be able to get up here, but Union Union, like some of their guys are charging up to take the stake fence. Looks like more Union are joining. Here we go. CSA has to find a way to get a ticket lead. They're about to hit breaking. Union can capture at that point and win.
Raise the fence. Union steps back. Load in their face.
CSA gets control of the snake fence. Does Union have any... Oh my goodness. You'll note, right? CSA's close to hitting breaking. Russian Legion, some PB guys as well, are down near the point waiting for CSA to hit breaking, and then they're going to run on point and try to capture it. Union actually down on tickets a little bit, which is what CSA needs, but if Union can pull this little cat maneuver off, it'll be hilarious. I mean, with that many Union guys down there, CSA is going to probably have an edge up here.
Keep up that fire, gentlemen. Keep it up.
Shoot the flags. Come on, guys.
Shoot those flags. Lay it in on them, boys.
But Union lines are holding. They presumably have 3 flags. A lot of CSA are kind of circling now in the back. CQB in big numbers. They hit Union in the breaking. CSA is probably feeling pretty good. They have 3 Union flags trapped. If the Union flags are in desperate mode, they can run out of bounds and despawn in 20 seconds instead of 5 minutes. You would not, as Union, want the flags to despawn up here for 5 minutes. Union has plenty of time, but still, obviously, would like to have your flags instead of not. Union has started capping. A lot of Union guys there. Union on top here. They are very thinned out here. Smart decision, assuming they can get to the line, but their Union's just trying to deal ticket loss right now. If they can deal ticket loss and hit CSA to breaking, they're going to win it. You can already see some of the CSA trying to dive bomb Union, putting themselves in between. 28th Mass trying to do that. Union stopping the pre-cap, though. They don't want to accidentally early cap. Russian Legion now gunning it up to the top to put themselves in between. CSA should drop any second. Union needs to keep that pre-cap going. Still not in breaking. CSA just, I guess, needs to get... They need to get over here to make that possible. CSA have swept through. They hit breaking. And with that, Union's going to get a huge win on the Colquitt.
Yeah, good job, boys.
Nicely done here from the whole Union team. Nice coordination. Really nice plan. Union played this map exactly how you should, right? They had a great start. They went up that right side, baited the CSA, got into the forest. The CSA sat back. You know, they were trying to play on time, maybe forcing the charge on them, or early cap the point, which Union, they, no hesitation, just early cap the point. And they early capped 3 times in this match, giving themselves plenty of time to do what they want. CSA was down on the bottom of the hill during that last counterattack, and Union just didn't go for them. They went the other way of the map. I mean, this map is huge. The attackers can move around if they want. And we saw Union that the whole round, but Union moved to the top of the hill. CSA surrounded them. You know, it was... If Union did not have guys near the point, that would have been really bad for Union side, especially with that ticket lead that CSA was starting to get. But it did not matter because Union got them into breaking and pre-cap long enough to just be able to take it right away and that not be a question. I mean, CSA... CSA had to make decisions. Union just played a dang near perfect game. CSA, they didn't do anything terrible by any means. Maybe they should have realized Union was down at point, but you're not going to see guys in the woods. Anyways, we'll see y'all shortly for round 2. And here we are with our second map, the Piper Farm. IVB bounced over from Union side to CSA, so appreciate the help with that. And our balance right now, total pop 287, Union up by 7. When we look at our artillery, you got 10 on CSA, you have 6 on Union, so our infantry in balance right now is 11 in favor of the Union side. So Piper Farm was a 37% ticket advantage to the attacking Union side. Devs felt bad for the CSA, gave them 12% more 2-3 months ago in that update. So the CSA side is down by 25% tickets. Weapons on this map, Union attack, they've got the 7th Maine with the Enfield and the 20th New York with the Mississippi. CSA, on the other hand, they've got the 8th Alabama with the option of the Enfield and the Springfield 55, and the 8th Florida with the option of the Enfield, Springfield 55, but more important, the Springfield 42. Have not seen that yet today, but we will now. 42s will act as shotguns. Beautiful weapons they are. So, Union on this map historically have gone to this stone wall and then try to push up through this orchard. It used to be where CSA would just hold inside this little like barn stone wall area, and so that's why pushing up through the orchard made sense to the Union side. But with the increased accuracy and a nice deflated position that CSA have, it doesn't look like much of an elevation change. But I mean, even just looking here from the CSA perspective, there's enough of a crest in front of you to give you cover. But CSA just has a good defensive spot, so the battle's really shifted over to this side of the map. Dev shifted the out of bounds past the stone wall a little bit. So each side can now fight over in this area here, which is why you have CSA kind of cornered down over here. Now sometimes, holy, Union already shot. It killed like one, but that's a heck of a hit. It used to be CSA would aggressively hold this stone wall to keep Union off here completely, but it looks like CSA is just playing distance. This is what we saw them do last round. Again, just keeping that distance from the Union side. Did not pay off last time. And, I mean, the point of contention on this map right here is right as you see it. It's just basically along most of this straight fence here. So, Union side spreading out with CSA. We'll see how they want to play this. Looks like you got CQB 50. Actually, it was just one artilleryman, and I thought CQB was here, but it's just a 59th New York and IVB holding that center spot, holding the right side of the CSA line. You have the 42nd PA and the 30th Ohio. Shifting to the more left side, there's CQB in the center with 1st Delaware, and then the extreme left is Midwest, Hamptons, and 79th New York guys. So, well, all being said, Union on the other hand, spreading out again themselves. FSB on this right side with 30th North Carolina, 11 PA. Got a shooting out with the CSA left. PB is holding the center with Iron Brigade a little to their left. And then on this Union extreme left, you got Russian Legion, 28th Mass, 9th Corps, and 11 Mississippi, who is now starting to go up and over. Looks like 11 Mississippi is making some moves. They are bringing their flag with them, so maybe they intend to hold a position or gain some ground. CSA see the movement though and instantly pop out. And that was a pretty dang good volley. Mississippi got completely shot up there. Good volley there. From 42nd PA and 30th, you should hit those shots, and they did.
Yes. Make sure you're loading buck and ball.
Especially if you have buck and ball.
Bucks run ready, 42nd.
Union already hit another shot, that poor artilleryman. They got the guns in the roulette lane Union battery position. Which, actually, I've never looked at this. Huh, okay. It's just interesting because the battery on roulette lane for the Union team is faced this way. I was just like, I wonder if they faced it this way, and they did. Obviously, the guns have always faced this way. I just never really thought about it. They got some more guns over here. On a part of the map, we usually don't see too much fighting anyways. I mean, we see fighting there, but... Or in the area, just nothing on top. So, 11 Mississippi, despite getting volleyed, still want to hold the ground. I mean, CSA is already slightly down on tickets, and Union's barely done anything. And that just means, again, CSA is going to have to change their strat. Plenty of match left. Something could happen on this ever-changing battlefield. But, I mean, if this strategy is going to work for Union, might as well keep doing it. There's, you know, if something's working, no reason not to. You can see CSA making their adjustments. CSA really kind of backing off of that left side of a smaller group or so. Again, just trying to find cover. And the further CSA pushes back, it's just going to give more window for Union to just push up, which Union generally on the CSA left like to take the guns. And then either charge through the barn to get to the other side or just charge the hay bales. Either or. As long as you're winning on tickets. But holy crap. CSA is down about a fourth of a stage, almost a third of a stage, and we've barely seen anything happen. CSA either taking too many casualties somewhere, someone's dying, not in formation.
You're right. We better take all precautions because we're totally going to win.
Oh,
They couldn't
I
hit the
believe Epstein has
broadside
been
of it.
black-pilled or something.
So Union Center is starting to push up. That's Iron Brigade there. Pickett's Brigade holding back. At least I assume so based on where they were earlier. CSA sitting down. CQB getting notified are going to rush up and do what we saw with 42nd and 30th. Easy shots here. They only hit a couple. And more Union is going to start pouring up now to take the caissons. Pickett's Brigade's joining with 12th VA as well. Missed them. One going through the Union side. 12th VA looks like they want to charge. CQB backs off. And Union's just going to take the CSA position. Sometimes in the past, it's been very hard for Union to take this. But, I mean, I haven't seen this map in a long time. Saw it on Wednesday. We're kind of seeing exactly what's happened now. Then. And I mean, CSA side is not really hardly defending this side, which is a little surprising. I mean, you can't blame them, right? CSA's kind of held further back, but Union's just killing them on tickets.
Plenty of caissons, gentlemen. They need the same caisson.
And so CSA obviously doesn't want to hold a forward position, because why would they want to hold a forward position if they're already getting killed in a further back position? Now, you could argue more cover, which, I mean, you have caissons and stuff, but based on the positioning of the Union, CSA is going to be able to get hit wherever they go. You can just see the crest of that hill. I don't know how well those bullets were showing up in the video, but a lot of those shots went over. Russian Legion guys charging in. And they'll rush up. Russian Legion will get a couple shots back off, but love Mississippi doing the same. I mean, this is just rough. I really remember watching this map months ago, how even this map was, how competitive it was. So far, though, that's not necessarily the case. Union is starting to drop down through battle ready, though. Union pushing up, getting more aggressive. Iron Brigade, at least for now, getting up in there. And CSA could have a chance to get Union flags that push themselves so willingly forward here. I'm surprised they don't have that flag back with the rest of their guys there. Also surprised Union has regiments still holding back at the stone wall. I mean, I guess they can see some CSA over on that side of the barn, but I would expect you'd want to reinforce your friendlies here, just because it's the more forward position. Close range shooting, though, between CQB, 30th North Carolina, Iron Brigade guys. You can shoot through the hay bales. They're a visual cover. Tickets getting a little more even. So, Union's inching more of their forces to get up here. Again, just making it a shootout, trying to shoot CSA from a couple different sides here. HL's probably the most exposed on their team right now. And they are understandably going to back off. Question is, when's Union going to make their first charge, if at all? Where they have a slight ticket lead. You would assume as the match goes on, that ticket lead would increase. Based on the current paces right now in the shootout, you would assume if the shootout kept going, Union would start to get more and more of a ticket lead. Now, maybe Union's just hitting better shots, but part of it too, right, is the attackers have more tickets overall. A lot of people standing up here, dying in formation, losing 1 ticket per death most of the time. And so, there's a lot of different factors that go into if a bullet actually hits someone. Now, obviously, the bullet spread decrease of 60% really helps out, but I mean, there's so many factors. The individual skill level. There's still a little bit of bullet spread here. There's your suppression. There's your sway of your rifle. There's elevation change. I mean, there's a lot that goes into if your shot hits. That it's kind of random, kind of. At least I like to think, which maybe this isn't true anymore because of the increased rifle accuracy. But maybe it is because both sides have that same advantage. But with all those factors, I'd like to think it's a 1-to-1 trade. And if the attackers have more tickets overall, and it's a 1-to-1 trade in kills, meaning a 1-to-1 trade in tickets, attackers will slowly take the lead over the long run. At least this is what you would expect. Now, not obviously always the case. There's maps like Pry House, which USA would always win that in a shootout anyways. They wouldn't necessarily win the map, but they would at least be able to win in a shootout. But CSA is going to hit engage. Generally, as an attacker, if you're trying to at least keep a consistent pace, you need to hit the defender's side down to engage that next stage by the 30-minute mark. And so, I mean, Union's on pace with that, giving themselves probably an extra minute and a half or so. But it looks like this Union left side starting to push back up again. Along Mississippi going out there. Russian Legion holding back. I mean, sure, the Union team is spreading out, putting a lot of fire in different places. I mean, you could argue maybe Union doesn't necessarily need guys over here. And if they just concentrate on this side and pushed in. But if Union's just committed to a shootout spreading out like this, maybe it's isn't a bad idea. I mean, they're winning on tickets, so there's no real reason to complain with their strategy. It's like Union's just maybe waiting for CSA to hop over.
They managed to get one arty guy back here.
Towards the end of the guy right next to me caught it.
Nearly hit me in
The guy farthest away got killed.
And it looks like, unlike before, CSA's not budging again, trying to find some way to preserve their tickets. I mean, CSA's got the 42s, the buck and ball, right? CSA could just wait for Union to get into their ground or just go over the crest and then throw lead at them. It's more difficult, at least on the CSA left, just because how close Union is, or at least how close cover is to that CSA line. To where Union can kind of just charge it, and buck and ball's still good at very close, but at least Union can get close. If Union's trying to charge in on an open field, at some defense with buck and ball can be rough.
Left oblique.
Left oblique.
Left oblique.
Take aim.
Take aim.
So CSA dropped to engage. Russian Legion pushing up alongside along Mississippi. And along Mississippi is inching their way forward. And now they're within visibility.
Can't miss.
Okay, guys, pull it back, pull it back, pull it back to the old line.
It's like just running up to take a shot and then fall back. But, I mean, Union could play the same exact game that they did last round if they want to. They can just early cap and force the CSA out. Now, CSA doesn't have to really leave their defensive positions in a huge way, but it can at least get them out into shooting range. And maybe just even force a melee on point. But if you're the Union side, you've gained a lot of good ground on this map. And if you early cap the point, get into melee, CSA eventually win that and force your wall, you could lose a lot of that ground. But if based on what we saw at the beginning of the rounds and the shootout, the ticket lead Union got, I doubt CSA would, if they were to hypothetically throw the Union off, whether it be through normal means or a counterattack charge. But I doubt CSA would want to rehold these positions out here because they were getting killed on the shootout initially. Looks like you got 9th Corps first ones to charge in here going through the barn. With the door closed, it kind of looks like CSA just takes the barn.
Yeah, you stupid dadgum yank.
Pussy.
Kill this Yankee!
Close that damn door. Someone hit F on that damn door.
So Union inching forward more. Iron Brigade on that cap point right now. Now, it's not like CSA's down a whole lot of tickets, so if Union regained again, I mean, sorry, if CSA regained tickets, you know, and maybe suck a little, but it's not the worst thing in the world if CSA regains a little tickets. So Union's going to early cap, going to stop the timer. And, oh, spoke too soon. Maybe trying to bait the CSA over.
Hey, low, guys. Shoot the grass.
Shoot the flag off.
So maybe just trying to get a different angle, get some shots. Union already hitting beautiful. It's gonna. I mean, it's a huge crest. Union already's not gonna be able to hit from this spot unless CSA go over or unless they hit the barn on like the corner there, and then some of the shrapnel or whatever hit some guys down here. Which this corner is kind of close to that CSA line.
Keep up the pressure, lads. Come on.
But there's not too much more the CSA side can do anyways. That's the issue for them. I mean, they can back up a little more if they want, but, I mean, their main spawn is over here. They really can't back up that much more. I mean, it is out of bounds over here, but it is an open field. I mean, CSA could kind of hide in the corn here, but Union can at least see and shoot at them, so... It's just, there's nowhere to go for CSA. Nowhere to go.
Oh, do you see your penis or something, Epstein?
But, you know, at least CSA's kind of adjusting, trying to do something else. By something else, I mean, not a whole lot different, but you know, they're just slightly changing what they're at, slowly pulling back. You know, if they were doing a delaying action, they'd be doing great right now. But that is not what we're doing.
Grass, boys. Left oblique, left oblique.
I'm so fucking good.
Independent fire, anything you see.
I mean, Union's up by a fourth of a stage right now.
Shut up. Thanks, bud. Nice shot. Left of the hay bale stop.
So 12th VA and mostly just 30th North Carolina go some Iron Brigade guys up top. Again, just keeping the close fire. And again, this is, you know, I talked about last round being a little boring just because, or it can be just with that early cap stuff. I ended up being pretty exciting in the end, but these shootouts sometimes, you know, it's very methodical from the attacker side here. Again, they're just you know, boa constrictor. They're just kind of surrounding the whole CSA team and just squeezing them out right now. It's very slow, but it is deadly. And I mean, it's working well for the Union side right now. Again, maybe not the most interesting thing, but, you know, it's a good, effective strategy to win the game. And why would you change? CQB guys are going in the barn. Looks like they can only leave... Oh, wait, can you get up? It would make sense if you get up to the second floor. Give a second for the camera to adjust. But, okay, yeah, there is a little ladder. Look at that. And right as we look at that, Union actually went in. Iron Brigade went through the barn. We wait all game for something like this. And we missed the initial. Oh, well. CSA, why did Union charge a flag? That's a little confusing. Well, that company's going to have to spawn at main, unless it's out of bounds for the Union team, which if it is out of bounds, that'll despawn in 20 seconds. I mean, we'll see. But other than that 5-minute despawn timer, Union won't get that back until the 19-minute mark at the latest. Unless they somehow go in and pick it up. But Union left is at least, you know, they're gaining ground. CSA's just slowly falling back, hoping they can do something, but that window is growing smaller for them. I mean, they just keep falling back. CSA now hiding behind the barn. I mean, they might just be popping out to take shots, but they're just getting squeezed down here.
Hit tap R, boys. Make sure you have
It's like,
loads. Make sure you have your kits.
but watching oh my, you know, I was gonna start talking about football, and then I realized I'm watching a European event. Last time I did that. By football, I mean the true football, American football. Not soccer. Hockey's just a better version of soccer in all facets. There's no comparison. There's a lot more hits. It's a tinier arena. There's just a lot. It just feels like there's a lot more going on. People are moving a lot quicker. People aren't scared to get hit and then don't fake like they've been injured when they get hit. It's a beautiful sport. Love hockey. It's unfortunately why I can't enjoy soccer unless I'm watching with friends or getting killed playing FC. But that's a different conversation. So we're watching War of Rights though. A little different from soccer in a lot of ways, but CSA is really starting to clump up in the center. You do have 59th New York's putting themselves in between the whole Union team. They are completely surrounded. And 59th New York is no more. They are not recruiting anymore. As they're wiped. More CSA pushing. CSA is like trying to prevent Union from capping right now, which I'm a little confused by. I mean, maybe CSA is trying to change up the strategy, but if Union early caps here, CSA is going to have a chance to regain tickets. And I don't know why CSA would be trying to, you know, maybe they're still trying to play the time game. Time is kind of in their favor right now. Similarly to when you want to hit the defenders down to engage by the 30-minute mark, it's taking losses for the 20-minute mark. So, I mean, Union's at least keeping pace, but Union will early cap. 12 minutes on the clock. They would have waited a little longer until taking losses would be 7 minutes, but I honestly don't know if Union cares. So CSA can retake. They'll probably regain a fourth of a morale stage. Union could just outright hold this for 12 minutes, though. CSA does have the closer spawn and the 42s. But, of course, we'll see what happens. Union is still down that flag, so they're not going to get that back for probably another 3-ish minutes. Iron Brigade pushing up onto the point now. And looks like Union might have just gotten a little bored of that shootout. Again, this outside of this event, I mean, sorry, this is not a campaign round, but even if it was, I mean, this Union strategy is cooking. CSA, I mean, the good thing, at least for the Union, is that by early capping the point, it allows their whole team to kind of form a line. And similarly to how we talked about CSA having the advantage with that Deathblade, now Union could kind of start using that Deathblade. And the Union defensive line is complete, at least by these hay bales here, at least on the Union right. So CSA is starting to get completely shot down from numerous angles. CSA could try to run around this side if they want to hit the Union right and collapse in, or they could just outright charge the Union position. I mean, we'll see what they do. Union is trying to get that down flag back over. Looks like they will be able to. I mean, I wonder if it wasn't for the point, Union would have pushed up sooner. But CSA has a window. It doesn't look good. It probably isn't good. But if CSA can find a way to retake the point, they can regain a good amount of tickets. And maybe, you know, start trying to find a way to get back here. But I mean, Union just got so many different angles on the CSA defensive position that what can CSA do? They need to group up if they can, but the most places that they have cover is just behind the barn, this tiny shack, the house here. But CSA doesn't look like they're really clumped up. They're still spreading themselves out here.
Move out of the way, I can't leave. Move. Make sure you got your load, boy. Move out of the way, you idiot.
So it looks like CQB and HL are going to go around the side. Union already has guys there. 30th North Carolina and PB see the angle. CSA still going to go despite Union seeing them. I mean, they're going to have to charge in to try to retake the point at some time. Or they just want to sit in their main spawn and slowly die. Looks like they're going to back off seeing that. Maybe they're going to try to push on the Union left now. Or just do a mass charge, which is... You should, whenever you're charging, you should try to hit the flank and then go inward. This game's not too huge to where it isn't impossible. But here they go. They're going in the center. They will break. And my goodness, we'll see.
Oh, boys, break! Fall back. There's a bunch of them. Go, break, reloads, run!
So Union left collapses instantaneously trying to protect their flag. CQB is following. Meanwhile, close to the point, you got a couple of CSA guys charging in on that barn, and the Union now left. Or I guess Union center. More CSA trickling in First Delaware. Union holding that Stonewall position well, but CQB 42nd and 30th are gunning it back after pushing along Mississippi off. And Union down a flag in the center right now. And Union's going to have to watch their left because Union could lose a couple flags if they're not careful or lose. So zooming out here, Union line barely alive. More CSA are trickling in. Artie is getting involved, but 3 Union flags are down. CSA is going to be able to sweep the rest of this up.
Keep pushing.
And, you know, that's a huge break for CSA. Again, you can maybe understand why Union had the urge to early cap, but definitely wasn't needed. But, oh well. It is what it is. I mean, again, based on what we've seen with this round so far, Union's done a very good job in the shootout. Maybe Union wanted the early cap and just bring everyone's tickets down and give themselves plenty of wiggle room in terms of time. And I mean, unless CSA, what could CSA change up? That's the thing, though. CSA has kind of they held back initially for the most part, and then they just slowly kept pulling back their line. Now, the advantage that they have is that Union's down 3 flags right now, and as a result, Union's not going to get them back till probably the 18-minute mark. And so this is like 4 or so minutes where if a Union guy dies, he has to spawn back at main and then rush back up, which it's not too long, but there's obviously some time. So based on the fact that the Union knocked CSA so far down and they themselves also got knocked down to a little bit. I mean, 22 minutes, morale a half stage left, so each side hits their last stage. The Union could just shoot this out and wait for those flags to despawn. And it looks like the CSA side here is going to just go back to what they were doing before in the turtle spot as Union kind of moves back out to reform.
Check.
Company loaded.
So, this is not looking good for CSA. The maps were random today. I'm surprised they still didn't try to make it 1 attack for each side. At least in the rounds or maybe events that don't have like a campaign tabletop. They try to do that. Or at least let each side choose, which maybe one of the sides shows, but I think I saw on the post it was random. I mean, Union just played a phenomenal first round. That was truly a great Colquitt's match. Got a couple Union artillery guys running back up here. Oh, Natty and Cobb.
I want to steal our flag. Come back.
Come on, Cobb. Do something.
Yeah, I know. Look, but no, I told my line. They're all cowards. Look, I kicked them off the battery myself. The little scum.
Evening, gentlemen.
And I mean, that's the thing too, right? Union could just sit back and wait for those flags to despawn, or if they all just pushed in right away, they could gung-ho and get the flags out, because again, CSA is holding a pretty conservative position. Union, though, pushing up on this right side. Lone PA, FSB, 30th North Carolina.
Right down.
Independent fire in front of you. Independent fire in front of you over here.
And they were getting the shots with HL and IVB, and they fell back. So, if Union doesn't, they don't necessarily have to wait. Now, they have a very slight ticket lead. And, you know, Union's played kind of conservative this match for the most part outside of that early cap. But, I mean, Union still has a good amount of options. They just obviously can't go down too much. Stating the obvious.
Good shot.
What was this? Sir Sonder Longneck. Indeed. He got a kill, though. You got a couple of Union guys trying to go up and get that flag. Seasoning. Oh, he tried. He got it a little closer. But picking up that flag and getting shot at resets the 5-minute timer. But based on Union just running guys up here and then getting the flags, they'll probably at least be able to get that flag back. T-Dub this time getting it. Platypus is going to try to do what T-Dub and Seasoning were doing, but most likely not. Oh, both those guys missed.
You're literally rambling, dumbass.
Zach doesn't miss, though. 11 Mississippi getting in, taking their shots. Falling off. Falling off.
What are you fucking shooting at? God damn it, yeah, you can't see him. Get fucking good, goat. God damn it. I will after you two, you fucking...
CKB, pull back, pull back.
I'm better than you, I'm better than Zach. How does that make you feel?
So, more Union are starting to push back up across the map. Now, what the thing is, right, CSA has to leave. They have to go over it to be able to cap that point. And so, what you'll see sometimes from Union is Union will send a couple guys forward to start pre-capping or just outright try to cap the point. And then the CSA team will come over the hill completely and Union can get beautiful shots on them. So, I mean, again, pending anything crazy or Union playing pretty stupid, there should be no reason right now why Union doesn't pull off a win here. But that's why you play the match, you know, anything can happen. Looks like Union was able to get that second flag back. Or it despawned. I'm guessing it despawned because the flag over here despawned as well. And it's definitely been past that time. So Union's got all their flags back. You can see them starting to move out of their main spawn. And this Union center, Iron Brigade, starting to push up. Russian Legion to their left. Union slightly up on tickets.
Spread it out, spread it out, spread it out.
So, I mean, Union's even pushing up into the artillery here, Pickett's Brigade. I'm surprised you have so many Union guys sitting back on the stone wall. Maybe they don't want CSA to rush around and then flank them from the stone wall side, but you don't need this many, and you definitely have time to respond. I mean, they have their flag over here, but Union's starting to do what they did last round. They are starting to kind of pre-cap it a little bit here. Now, I mean, Union could charge in, but I don't know if they will. So they'll probably have to back off point, or they'll just early cap it again. Who knows? But if I were Union, I'd really watch an early cap here, because you're so close to you breaking, and then the counterattack time is 7 minutes. It's very possible for CSA to hit Union into last stand, retake, and win the game. So Union needs to avoid early capping now. Just wait for CSA to hit breaking, but it looks like it's not going to matter because CSA are pushing out CQB, HL, Midwest, starting to take the point back into a shootout with the Union side.
Independent fire right into him, boy.
So Russian Legion back off. Some CQB are overextending there. 11 Mississippi falling back as well. Looks like maybe trying to get some flags. More Union are starting to push up and get under these hay bales. Pickett's Brigade doing that. But there goes CSA to breaking. So Union caps, they win. And CSA is keeping their line. You can see that on the top right. Under the front line reporter of the Union side there. CSA is holding the line there on point. Union, though, in the open is starting to flank the spot. And it's a bad spot. That's why CSA has to back off here and at least readjust their line. And that forces CSA off the point. Union can move in, but that's close range fighting. And it looks like they're going to do that. 30th North Carolina getting closer on point.
Independent fire here, boys. Independent fire. Right here, gentlemen. Independent fire. Shoot these guys up right here.
Kill them right there, boys. You're right there. Jesus.
And the question is, the rest of the Union going to move up to reinforce? I mean, further down the hill a little bit, you got Iron Brigade. They might be on point. I mean, we'll see. CSA is going to have to go in a second, though, if they want to at least contest this. Or else they'll just lose match. Maybe they're like, we've suffered enough. Let's not charge them. We've suffered enough. Just end the round. Which, a couple of FSB guys are flanking, distracting HL here. CSA is only now going. This is very late from CSA, and it's only some guys trickling out from CQB right now. Very late response. Union will probably just be able to outright take as Russian Legion moves back up here. But despite that, it looks like more CSA are able to get on the point. Union just kind of waiting for CSA surrounding and shooting inward. I mean, Union hits breaking, but CSA is a fourth of the way through that stage right now. More Union are going out of that stone wall to engage the CSA line here. And you can see him charging across here in the center. Starting to take that point back. So point still going in Union's favor. Union, CSA, very close on numbers. Flags down for both groups, but it looks like CSA is going to take this in the end. At least hold the line, but they are down over a fourth of morale stage on tickets right now. That is a lot to overcome. Union's down 2 flags, it looks like, right now. But plenty of time on the clock. And this match is looking more and more over by the second. It's a rough map for Union, as it seems. I guess that increased accuracy has really helped out the Union side of this map, especially if Union can just get on your flanks. The issue for CSA is that, I mean, if they hold forward, they're in an exposed position. But they have to at least hold forward on this side, or else Union's just going to get a flank on them. So CSA got to contend that left side more. You do have CSA pushing up to this stone wall, trying to engage some Union stragglers who are pushed up here, right? They're going to hit last stand. When they hit last stand, that means no more spawns for them. Vice versa, if Union hit their final stage of final push, they still can spawn people in infinitely, but the black timer will drop down to a couple minutes. It's different on each map. But that's why I think CSA is pushing forward as it is. They're trying to hit Union down the final push, which Union, for the most part, is keeping guys back. They are kind of spread, at least Lone Mississippi is heading down on this left side. A lot of that Union team is either holding in the center or shooting it out, or kind of starting to move down to that CSA left, Union right side.
Chicken chop. He got that man killed.
Fire it well, boys. Fire it well. Fire it well. Formation.
So Lone Mississippi hops up and over, getting a couple good shots. CSA going to charge in.
Charge! I will fucking lead the charge.
And so they're going to push Lone Mississippi off. You got more guys gunning it in. Russian Legion moved in together. And they're going to get strung out. Union just got to be wary of all the out of lines and stuff that they could take. They do force CSA into last stand, though. If someone was dead on the CSA side when they hit last stand, they spawned in at main. It just lets the defenders have one full wave left. Well, flanking around the far side, you got 30th North Carolina here. 12th VA as well. They're going to have a nice flank on CSA side. But if you're CSA at this point, you're just trying to kill to get Union down the final push to drop the timer down to a few minutes and then hope that you can have enough bodies on point when the clock hits 0. You need more than Union, or more than the attacker.
Go to Stonewall, go to Stonewall, follow the star. Get to Stonewall, 30th.
Rebs dead ahead, kill him.
Oh, there's so many of these. There's so many of them.
So a couple of chargings happening on over here. A whole lot. Union's kind of spread out right now. Some sitting back wanting to get a shootout. CSA massively fall back here. Realizing this flank. But Union hit final push. 2:10 on the clock. CSA, again, more bodies on point. When the clock hits 0, they'll win the game. Union still can keep spawning guys in, but limited time. CSA keeping a large line on point. Union starting to push forward, seeing CSA back off a little bit. They also are eventually just going to have to do this in general. They have some great shots on the CSA up there. And CSA Lions holding over here. Union's down a flag right now. That flag down by the point at least will needs to be picked up by somebody. And it looks like Iron Brigade's starting to push up, maybe get the flag and get a couple kills with their officer. It's not a bad idea to send the officer forward there so he can unload his pistols, die, and then spawn back in to get his pistol. No reloads for the officers with pistols. More guys trickling in for Union. Again, tickets don't matter for anybody at this point. It's time and bodies.
Brace it, boys, brace it.
Get him, they're coming in and like one at a time. What is
It's like more Union are starting to inch their way up right now. The last stand of the CSA, 1 minute left.
Here comes the main force, boys. Get your loads while you can.
Here they come. Holy fuck, here they come.
And so with that being said, Union should be able to take away the victory today as they charge in and clean up CSA. The last of their line. I mean, Union played a very efficient round. They just surrounded the CSA, pushed up the ground when CSA wasn't holding, and then took it and just shot in on the CSA from so many different sides. And CSA just wasn't really able to, do much about it. It just how it be. CSA, I think they've got to push more forward up on that left side. It's risky, right? But you got to push up to where Union was getting onto that Stonewall Road and prevent them from getting there. Because if Union's able to get the CSA left, then CSA is just going to be shot at from so many sides. But yeah, 2 good rounds today. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, go beneath the video, hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do with no ads. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, though, we have our Discord clips channel and more in the description. If you're playing in this match, whether it be recording and uploading later or you live streaming it, send me a link to that and I'll put that in the pinned comment. Regardless of that, I appreciate you all for watching and supporting. It means the world. Only reason why I can keep doing this for so long and so much. But appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your night. We'll see you in the next one.